Warriors never fall!
Born to a family of scholars, he dreamed of becoming a warrior from a young age. After his parents disappeared following a raid by the Axe Bandits, he pledged to become stronger and get his revenge. Believing that reforming the rotten world is the only way to become a true warrior, he roams around the world defeating evil. Fire Slingshot, a basic skill that can decrease the enemy's attack. Fire Shock Bomb, a skill that can increase the enemy's skill cooldown. Goraku, a skill that attacks all enemies with a chance to inflict the bomb debuff. Roaming Warrior Leo is a dark elemental ranger who is capable of planting a bomb on his enemies. Fire Slingshot can decrease the enemy's attack and inflict increased damage against a debuffed enemy. With Fire Shock Bomb, he can increase the enemy's skill cooldown, making them unable to use skills that dispel debuffs. Go Raku attacks all enemies, inflicting the bomb debuff. Bomb is a powerful debuff that can inflict huge damage while also stunning the target at the end of the debuff duration.
My Legends. Let's get right into it. New update. Lots of content coming. The new hero, Roaming Warrior Leo. Damn, look at all this. That's legit right here. Look at that. Look at that. He's cool. I already showed you everything, so we don't really need to go into actually talking about him too much because the announcer did it for us. But he looks cool. It made him look cooler instead of being like weird and everything else like that. And got Raccoon now. And I don't know what's going on with his cape now. His cape kind of looks like it's alive, but yeah, works out for him. So hopefully we can, like, I'm not gonna say we can get him because you know how MLs go. But then again, he's a 4-star, isn't he? So we'll get him. Fiend drop right now. Fiend is the character that I have not gotten yet that I wanted. So hopefully I do get her this time around. I'm gonna actually try because Fiend again is a bae, and she was the first one that I got on the Korean server as a drop, so gotta at least try this time around. I have about 200 bookmarks, so we'll give it a shot. We have Rengar's Chaotic Moon Festival, which is pretty. Anything with Yuna in it, the storyline is going to be pretty good because she's so bubbly, and just even saying Yuna because she's literally fan service moving. So, yeah. And she gets a buff, but we're going to talk about that in a second. So there's the usual stuff to come in and actually, take part in it. It'll have 3 chapters and, the chapters every week. And I was confused because I was like, why is Tenebria here? And she's like a bad guy. And yeah, that's random as F, but I guess she had a reason because she's going to be the 3rd week of it. Unless she's going to turn good guy or they're just going to ignore that she kind of like tried to destroy the planet like how many different times already. But everybody, we celebrating stuff, so it's all good. Like that's weird. Chaotic after party. It would figure she want to have an after party. You trying to get a husbando or something? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, she was the 2nd 5-star I got on the Korean server, so I don't have her now, and this on the American one, so that's interesting. The following heroes will receive buffs. Okay, so Yuna, Karin, got him. Zerato, got him. Tenebria, don't got him. Judith, Azalea, Rakoras, Captain Rakoras, Hazel, Mascot Hazel, Adelaide, Carrot, Auxiliary Lots, Fighter Maya. I actually have all those characters. Chapter 1, the Festival Prep. Alright, so this is the usual stuff that we are used to. Player stage, and we actually get a shot at Kikarat again. I don't think I actually finished him the first time around. I just didn't care. So that'd be good to actually get his stuff and actually finish him. Not that I'm ever probably going to use him, but still interesting just to have him. As you can see here, we have a lock stage. We have a limited daily. Wait, what? Limited daily stage? Oh, okay. That's a little bit different. Stage missions, usual stuff that we are used to in here, actually, getting all the goodies. And they actually show you in advance, which is something they have been doing anyway. Exclusive Yuna equipment, which is also interesting. Players can receive exclusive equipment for Yuna with the max main stat by taking part in the chaotic vessel. After completing necessary reputations, players can earn a total of 3 exclusive each week. Okay, so it is automatically going to give you one each week, right? And you do what you do in the challenge area to get loot from the other 4 characters. So that's pretty cool. The exclusive equipment for Yuna will be placed in the Hall of Trials, exchanged following the end of the side story, Rengar's Chaotic Full Moon, and will be obtainable at the same manner as exclusive equipment. Alright. Small drone. It gives a raw 10 speed stat, which is good because she's a speed character. Combat readiness plus 1% using homing layer. Laser, that's not bad. Has a 30% chance to grant allies attack greater for 2 turns using the upgrade. Interesting. Damage dealt increased by 30% when using meteor cannon. Okay, sounds good. And this is all the stuff that's normally there. The Forbidden Tome, this is for actually upgrading her, which is good. And the Otherworldly Machine, we haven't seen this in a while. Now here's one thing. If stuff like this can come back, then maybe the other limited characters and stuff can come back. Because she's technically a limited character. You couldn't get her really anywhere else after the initial thing. It's not like you can really summon her. I don't think, could you summon her? I don't think you could summon her. So you can only get her a connection. And you can only get one, and then you had to get the other thing to actually upgrade it. So I'm faithful that if they would bring this back, even though this is just for like the 1 year anniversary, maybe they would bring back some other limited stuff. Here's hoping, because I do feel badly when other people say that they weren't around for other characters and they can't get them, because a lot of people don't like that with the end and stuff like that. And then the Guilty Gear characters, but in most collabs, when you miss a collab, you just asked out. And a lot of games are like that. Like I really wish that in some games are like Seven Knights, like I missed the Street Fighter characters and there's no way to get them now, so it's unfortunate. Yuna's Exchange is right here. There it is right there. You can get another Yuna right there. Nice-u. All right, Arena Season. Why does his eyes look like that? I forgot that character. They should put him out there so he can be flamboyant and piss people off in the arena, because that's exactly what he looks like he would do. All right, so that season starts in 5 days. Now, from the time that I'm actually doing this video, we get a nice new frame. Getting more season rewards right here. Getting more season points. This speeding through this. Now this is interesting right here. Speed set, a speed tanky set. Now, my first thing for this is I have a few characters that I use as speed tank, so that would be good for them. But I want to use this stuff for actual PvP too. So I'm just gonna have to bite it, because I'm more about building a PvP team now than PvE, because I got more than enough PvE characters. Like, how many more PvE characters are you gonna build at this point? PvP does exist in this game, so I gotta, focus more on that, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm building up character by character now. I'm not trying to do multiple characters at a time. Whenever it's ready, it's ready. So this particular so the gear right here is actually pretty good, in my opinion. Maybe it's not, or maybe people don't like it, but as far as having a speed, tanky team, nice effective resistance, no effectiveness though. You guys notice on all this. So if it's a character that needs effectiveness, not so much. Not so much. Like, you got one right here, or what's this one on? You get that for the amulet. That's about all you get, and you get the effectiveness down here on the gladiator token. So I guess it'll end up okay, because this will probably end up around 50%. And then whatever you're gonna get right there, so you get a little something, but not much. And it's up to you if you wanna, mix and match other gear into this to maybe bring in effectiveness. So maybe you can you get yourself around to maybe 70 or 80, which is actually would be pretty good. And depending on how good that you get a roll, you could end up somewhere near 100%. So it's possible. It's definitely possible. You got the wise frame right there. We already looked at that. Hero balance. All right, so this I won't actually read the whole thing, but just the percentage. So again, we have Silverblade Araminta. She's going down to 20% from 30%. I really don't think that's don't think that's gonna matter. But Meteor Fall, she'll inflict 2 burn effects instead of 3 down. This one, Sage Balsazan. His Dispel will actually only dispel 1 buff, and it'll be down 15%, goes down to 10%, which isn't that bad. This person, Kiki, right, come back. Why are you so gassed? Alright, so Dark Contract, Arbiter Vildred is it used to increase attack for 2 turns, and that is now gone. As you can see right here, after receiving lethal damage, caster regenerates health 70%, 100% combat readiness, full focus, and reset cooldown for Dark Blade. So, GG. It still doesn't seem that bad. Still seems kind of cool. Crimson Arman, the allies critical hit damage received critical hit down to 10% from 20%. Covers allies with aura, granting immunity for 2 turns instead of 3. That did seem like a bit much. And Lilybit brutally cuts enemy with 35% chance to inflict bleeding damage for 2 turns before increasing combat readiness by 50%. This is like a buff. Yeah. This is a buff. Deals additional damage to target. Yeah, this is a buff overall. So, and this one slashes enemy with Cho and Maul, inflicting extinction. Inflicting extinction when the enemy is defeated. Grants the caster a skill nullifier, negating damage received for the next attack. I don't have her, so whatever. But nah, those of you who have her, grats. Lidica. I do have Lidica. Attacks all enemies with 85% chance to decrease hit for 1 turn. Dispels 1 buff, which is pretty sick. Public Execution. Making them unhealable. This is also a pretty good right here. That attacks the enemy with a whip and sword. Decreasing combat radius by 100%. Decrease the speed and making them unhealable. Grants caster nullifier. Negating damage received for the next attack. This makes her really good Lidica for PvP. PvE she was already good, but PvP that makes it really good, actually. Bazaar. Bazaar. I actually got Bazaar recently, and I was like, bruh. Attacks with wind magic when the caster is debuffed has a 50% chance to transfer 1 debuff from the caster to the enemy before inflicting random debuff for 2 turns. Okay. And this one, Hurricane. Attacks all enemies releasing hot sand hurricane with 60% chance to decrease a hit chance for attacks. Soul burn costs 10, skill cooldown. Oh, ignores resistance. So no more cooldown decrease of 2 turns. That's an interesting change. That attack would seem like it would be annoying, wouldn't it? Hot sand. It'd be hot out in the desert. Everything just smell like hot ass. Like that I would be so bad. Anyway, Sandstorm. Attacks enemies with a sand magic spell on all buffs and making them unable to be buffed for 2 turns before decreasing combat readiness. Alright, Fiend. And we gotta get Fiend because I really actually want Fiend, even though she's an Earth hero. But it's like ice. I'm starting to get too many Earth heroes now too. It is what it is. Her Dragon Roar. Attacks with a Dragon Howl dispelling 1 buff from enemies with a 75% chance to silence for 1 turn. So it's up from 40%. Pretty good. So the effect chance will make it 85% before granting increased attack and speed to caster for 2 turns. So that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Dragon's Charge hits the enemy with a finishing blow, dispelling all buffs, stunning them for 1 turn. Damage dealt is increased by 50% if the enemy is buffed. And you can actually, that's all damage. So you can put the damage up by 25%, so it goes up to 75%. So that's all damage right there. All right. Araminta, they just put the after. It's like the first one sucked. Sprinkles Catalyst increases the attack of all allies for 2 turns. When the enemy is burned, the Catalyst will explode and deal damage to all enemies, making them unhealable for 2 turns. Okay. I have her, but I never use her. Attacks all enemies with massive fire pillar with 85% chance to burn for 2 turns. 80, I don't know, I got 85. And 30% chance to stun for 1 turn. Is this a buff? Or what? Oh, okay. So it has a 30% chance to stun on top of the combat readiness. So that's kind of, isn't that kind of what she did already in the other one? Okay. Okay. Arman release the bright light to attack enemies. This is her rather. Flash of light, 85% chance. That's a big change. 50% chance, and you could do effect change on it and make it 100%. Yeesh. An 85% chance to decrease hit chance for 2 turns and inflict poison for 3 turns. Increase caster's defense by 2 turns. That's a really big change. And her shield wall covers all allies with Shield of Light and grants a barrier for 3 turns, recovering health, barrier strength proportion to the caster's defense, and the amount recovered proportion to the caster's target health. Decreases damage suffered by all allies by 10% when the skill is under cooldown. Not bad. Makes her a pretty good, like, even more of a tank. Otilio was like, I got her, anytime I got her, I was like, bro, I'm done. Anyway, all allies receive 25% chance from attacks to target all allies, receive 25% less when this effect is granted. That's up from 15. You can also up the damage received, which will make it 30%. The effect of mana release has changed. It'll silence as well for 2 turns. Okay. I still think this is a really boring unit. I know she probably has a use in that area. Defense isn't bad, but that's a really boring unit. Like, it just really is. But I guess if you put it together with Aureus, that would be pretty annoying. That's a pretty tanky team, but she just seems boring to me. Gunther, the caster does not deal, and matter of fact, her animations are all reused from other characters too. That might be it. That might be why I think that she's boring. But the caster, this is Gunther's veteran, by the way. The caster does not deal a critical hit, but attack increases by 50% and increases critical hit resistance by 70%. Interesting. Attacks with an axe, stunning for 1 turn and increasing defense for 2 turns. That's good. That's pretty good. That makes him a little bit useful. He's supposed to be a husband though. I wish I could use male characters more in this game, so maybe I'll think about him. I got him. Got multiple of them. Got them imprinted and stuff, so we'll see. All right, Yuna. Miss Yuna. Her homing laser attacks all enemies with a drone, increasing the caster's combat readiness by 6%. And increases combat readiness of allies by the caster by 2%. Damage dealt increases proportion to the caster's speed. When there are less than 3 enemies, damage dealt increases with fewer enemies. Oh, so she might be a little something. I used to use her a lot, use her a whole lot. So we'll see how that works out. Upgrade. The effect of upgrade has changed. The cooldown has been decreased. It requires 2 focus, buffs all allies, attack is speed, and the cooldown is 4 turns. You can get 2 more souls acquired and 1 turn cooldown. Again, not bad. And her meteor cannon attacks all enemies with enormous powerful cannon, inflicting huge damage. Always activates critical hit when there are less than 3 enemies. That's pretty sick, and you can increase the damage. I'm interested to see how strong that's going to be. I really like. if it's gonna nuke the life out of out of people. Oh, Chloe, my Chloe. Ambushes the enemy, dealing with additional damage, and grants the caster increased speed for 1 turn. Damage dealt is increased proportion of the caster's speed. Okay, so all right. That increased speed is pretty interesting. That's definitely pretty interesting. We'll see how good that is because I use her right now. She's a part of my tower defense team, so we'll see. The cooldown on murder has been increased by 1, so now it's 5 turns. Moves silently to attack the enemy, stunning for 1 turn. So that's just cooldown stuff. Okay. Part 3. So this is Purgus now. The damage dealt is proportional to the caster's max health. Okay, Purgus will get you a little something, something. 15% chance to stun for 1 turn. I mean, this is kind of what he does in his ML. Okay. Final blow. 50% chance to stun for 1 turn. You do a lot of stunning, bruh. Damage is dealt proportional to the caster's max health. So it's kind of like they want you to make him a warrior tank. Let's make him a tank. Anyway, Crozet. The effective protection has changed and cooldown has been reduced. Grants increased defense and barrier to an ally for 2 turns. Attack. I forget that Crozet even exists. Barrier and increased proportion to the target's max health can be activated once every turn. Okay, it's not bad. Makes it pretty good. Breakthrough attacks all enemies with a sword storm with 75% chance to provoke for 1 turn after decreasing their combat readiness by 50%. Yay. Kitty Karissa. Still not using it because the announcer coon messed it up. Anyway, after wiggles tail cutely, decreasing debuff duration on the allies by 2 turns, and granting the cast immunity and loveliness for 3 turns, granting an extra turn. I'm happy for the people who use it though. Granting an extra turn. That's big. Granting her an extra turn makes it more useful. Akatis. Miss show her panties. Decreases the target's skill cooldown by 1 turn. That's pretty nice. It's pretty nice for her. Like I don't see her ever being used. Me ever using, but if you got her and you use this, that's not bad. Ikarat getting buffs out here. Anyway, attacks with a Gatling gun, 65% chance to dispel 1 buff. Alright, so you can throw that up to, what's that, effect change, another 25%, 80% the chance to do it. Alright, so defense mode increases the defense of the caster by 7% after attacking. Effect can only stack up to 5 times. Then you can throw in another 5% on top of that to make it stronger. Okay, so it'll be 12% every time if you max it out. You can ride out here trying to be tanky. The cooldown of cleaning mode has been reduced down for 1 turn, so not bad. Next up is Justice for All. I got that. I don't use it, but now it gives 2 buffs. I might use it. Violet's Talisman, I got that too. Increases attack by 10% and evasion chance by 10% at the start of every turn. Effect can be stacked up to 3 times and resets at the start of battle. Okay, so you can throw that up by 30% each time. That's not that bad for a thief. Anyway, the defense and effect resistance of Noble Oath has changed. It goes up to 100%. Now I actually just got a dupe of this. So what the heck does the dupe even do? If this does go up faster? I gotta look after the patch. The Alexis Basket has a chance to get over so it's just a straight up buff. Yeah, it's just a straight up buff. Alright, increased mage stats. Mercedes, Celestial Mercedes. I Celestial Mercedes is that bay I want to use, but they gave buffs to everybody. Speed buff. Everybody got a buff. You get a buff, and you get a buff, and you get a buff. Moonlight Recall. Now, this is not going to help me much because I forgot any of these characters. I got Crimson Arman, but I never actually level it, so it don't matter to me. You get the recall for all those characters, then you get your Moonlight selector. It feels bad. Feels real bad. Yeah, can you imagine just being able to Moonlight pick E? Anyway, Crimson Arm. Like I said, I never did anything with Crimson Arman. So it's not really gonna matter to me. I think if I had to pick something there, the character that I don't have is interesting. Roman Warrior Leo is actually there as a selector. If I'm actually allowed to, which I'm probably not going to, I would change Crimson Arman into Bloodblade Karissa, and that'd be it. That's what I would do. But, you know, probably not gonna get that choice because I didn't do anything with her. All right, so we have Recall on Burstman right here. This is all the usual stuff. Right here, Memory and Print. Yeah, all the usual stuff. Monthly check-in rewards improved. Nice. Now, this is one thing that I never thought I'd see them actually do, and I give them credit for it because this was actually really lit. Really lit right here. It's a lot of good stuff in here. If you take the time to look over this is a lot of free stuff. Like the fact that you get 400 free in the month of Skystone, that's actually pretty nice. You get a free ML summon right here. You get 2 free summons right here. You get a 4-star father right there. Some nice some nice charms, as you can see. You get a free Mystic summon right there. So this isn't that bad. You get more Agora. 1 element, penguin element. So this is a lot of good stuff. So we have UI improvements too, battle entry screen. So stuff is working towards better. Like, people took me wrong with the last video. Like, you're just saying the game is ass. Like, I didn't say the game is ass. I said there's choices that are being made that are insensitive. And you have to point out those things because it just builds up and becomes more and more choices that are insensitive to where you have like a completely toxic type of thing going on. And the company thinks that they're like, hey, we're doing right, but you can't just ignore certain things. And that's why I say them, because other people don't say them because they see all the good stuff and just ignore the outright other toxic stuff. As a reviewer, that's not doing your job as a reviewer. If you're just saying, oh, this game is 100% great and sucking the ass of the company, and then you ignore the bad parts of it, you're not doing a good job as a reviewer. You're basically lying. So, yeah. Select the supporter right here, and that's increased and better. Like, all of this is just quality of life stuff, but it's nice quality of life stuff that you can do whatever else. And then one of the things that had triggered me from last time, if you can change your team name, then there should be something to allow us one time to change our actual character names, like not the team, like the characters, but our account name. Allow a one-time thing. That's it. A one-time thing, and allow it for people who have already been playing the game for a course of time. Just one time. That's it, and then go about your business. Like, people are going to manage to sell their accounts regardless of whatever the company tries to stop. But if you allow it to happen one time, just one time, that's it, then you'll be fine. Equipment stat improvements. To see the base stats on stuff have gone up, which is pretty nice. And the stat increase and standards and everything else like that. We'll see how that does, because that's going to actually have a little bit of an effect, or maybe even a bigger effect on all of our gear, and our CPs are going to go up for certain things and stuff like that. We'll see how it works, and nuking and doing stuff like the raids, and it should have a pretty interesting effect. So other adjustments, an issue caused the damage and skill enhancement reflected in the Pocky Ravi's unused soul burn has been fixed. Apocalypse Ravi just need to get a buff all the way around. Issue where damage increased from the skill enhanced of Seaside Balana skill You're Not Cute wasn't high enough as the number listed in the skill enhanced. Not high enough. Seaside Balana didn't do enough damage? Okay. Intimate issue cause C7 on the skill you're not queuing up and not deal damage to stealth enemies has been fixed. Okay, that's cool. Adjustments have been made so that Furious auto battle AI with morale boost. So it's a lot of change. Oh wait, I see Captain Records because he's ass. Cause Captain Records skill Supreme Spear to cause stun before dispelling a buff has been fixed. Oh, that's not a buff. He's still ass. An issue cause the text Moonlight Dreamblade to not display twice. Okay. Arena Adventure. Some of this stuff down here, I just be like, I tune out. I tune out after that. And this is just the chaotic event. I think we talked about, yeah, we talked about this already. Somehow I got this twice. All right, so that's it. The recap, we got another Moonlight character, 4-star, Leo. I was just saying Leo don't get no love, and they gave Leo love, so power to Leo. Props, homie. You in there. You in there. We'll see how good you are. Hopefully you don't get the Apocalypse Ravi treatment and be total trash and nobody wants you. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Next video is going to be something special that it took me a little while to make. It should be interesting. And yeah, so like and subscribe, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Discord to be legendary. And good luck on all your summons today if you're trying to get you Fiend. Peace.